Am I
This
audible there?
conference will now be recorded.
So before going to that, any questions would you like to ask me? Before going to today's section, any questions would you like to ask?
Sorry, Shanmugh, I have a couple of questions. So while doing these assignments,
So I
right?
saw
So
few of the assignments actually, but not all of them.
I'm audible.
So now we'll continue with our Route 53, and then we'll enter into the concept called CDN, right? We'll enter into the concept of CDN here. Those things will going to be we'll discuss here, and then we'll also have an one more new topic will going to be covered is called CloudFront, which is nothing but a CDN actually, right? Those things will going to be covered. Yeah, go ahead, Jiva.
I'm audible now. Hello. 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 Okay. Thanks. Yeah. So that first question is while creating jump node, right? So jump node I created. So after providing access and everything, using that after changing the password, right? I'm able to change the password, but using the jump node, that SSO URL, I'm able to log in. I'm able to log in, so I'm able to reach out the URL, but I'm not able to click on the the role, and I'm not able to go through actually. Inside that, I'm not able to log into the account actually. I'm able to get the prompt with the account number and role, but I'm
So
not
you have not
able.
provided those accurate roles. You have not provided the roles. Due to that, you are not able to log in.
Okay.
The roles having the issue.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever the Jiva submitted, it's like an really like just now I checked actually. So really like the step-by-step approach he have given. So I think everyone can save those respective documents for your reference. Almost he have did a fabulous job, I can say. And, that one thing you guys can right use that one as a reference for you, right? So now can you guys share me the AWS credentials? Mine is got right. Mine is completely account got closed due to high billing actually. So I have not reached the AWS. So can anyone share their credentials so that I can use that? Yeah, anyone. One-on-one chat. Just use the one-on-one chat and can share. So now, anyone purchased this GoDaddy actually? Anyone purchased the GoDaddy, the domain, the one which I have asked, purchase the domain. So that is one thing you guys need to do, right? So just don't go with don't go with high budget. Just go with the minimum 200, 300 budget. That is sufficient for your practical. But make at least purchase a domain for your future reference purpose as well. That I can share, right? That one thing you guys can able to use, right? So just purchase at least for 200, right? Or 150, 200. Just spend only for that, not more than that. Okay. So now here we'll resume with our new the topic here. From today onwards, we're going to be extend up to 9:15, guys. So please plan accordingly, right? 8 to 9:15. as you have lost already 5 classes, continuous classes you have lost. So let's complete before 30th of March, right? So now here we'll enter into the practical section here, right? So how it's going to be? So firstly, you guys need to purchase a domain from your respective domain register panel, which is nothing but your GoDaddy. Firstly, you guys can purchase a domain, so which is nothing but www. So I purchased recently kpastro.in. I purchased kpastrolife.in. I purchased. So I spent for around 500 rupees for this kpastrolife.in. So this I purchased from the respective a vendor called GoDaddy. Right, this I purchased a respective vendor called GoDaddy here. And later I have been purchased with these things. I need to have an in the domain register panel. In the domain register panel, right? In the domain register panel, domain register panel. So I need to provide the name server details, right? I need to provide the name server details here. I need to provide the name server details here, right? So these name server details will going to be have an right. These name server details will going to be have an right DNS servers, right? DNS servers, which is nothing but name server details which we have, right? Which is nothing but name server details we will have, name server details, and then you're going to have with in the name servers we're going to have the DNS records. You guys are going to have a DNS records. In the name servers, you guys are going to have a DNS records, right? DNS records. In this respective DNS records, you guys are going to have an A record, MX record, TXT record, DKIM record, and so on. Here we're going to have an A record, MX record, TXT record, DKIM record, and DMARC record, and AAA record if you are using IPv6, and CNAME record, right? And the CNAME record. This is one thing, right? It will have this one. So now here you guys have know about the Route 53 policies, right? You guys are know about the Route 53 policies, right? You guys are know about the Route 53 policies, right? What and all Route 53 policies you have? How many Route 53 policies you have? Right? Route 53 policy. What are the policies are there? Simple routing policy,
Simple routing policy, cluster.
failover routing policies. How many routing policies you have? Forgot for this guy. Six routing policies. What are those? Simple routing policy, failover routing policy, latency routing policies, weighted routing policies, geolocation routing policies, right? Geolocation routing policies, and multi-value routing policy here. Multi-value routing policy here, right? This is one main important thing here, right? Multi-value routing policies. So now here I have purchased a domain. So what is the routing flow now it works here? How the routing will going to work? You have an end user, So end user is going to sit in front of the system and browse our website. What is our website? www.kpastrolife.in, right? In this browser, you would like to search with the www.kpastro.life, www.kpastrolife.in, right? kpastrolife.in, right? This is going to be hit with your respective application load balancer, right? This is going to hit with your respective application load balancer, and this application load balancer will going to be consisting of, right? This application load balancer will go into consisting of target groups, right? Target groups here. This application load balancer will go into consisting of target groups, and this respective target groups will going to be consisting of EC2 instances, right? Going to consisting of EC2 instances, right? EC2 instances here. So this is one main important thing. EC2 instances. This is one main important thing here. So now here, in which DNS record you guys are going to be used to connect your domain to your ALB DNS. This is you. This is called, you call this one as FQDN, which is nothing but fully qualified domain name, right? Fully qualified domain name, right? Fully qualified domain name, and this is with your respective ALB DNS. To map this, which DNS record I need to use? To map this, which DNS records I need to use? To map this FQDN to ALB DNS, which record I need to use? Guys, I already has updated the answer actually in the previous classes. To map this, which DNS record I need to use? I need to use the CNAME record actually, which is nothing but canonical record, also known as aliasing record. Also known as aliasing record. Canonical record, also known as the aliasing record here. Right? This is how it works. Right? This is how it works here. So now here, so for that you require an EC2 instances, you require an target groups, you require an ALB, and you require an FQDN. So I already purchased this respective FQDN here, right? I already purchased this respective FQDN. So GoDaddy. So this domain I already purchased actually. So similarly, you need to purchase your domain, right? Similarly, you guys need to use your respective domain. If you click your domain, you will get an managed domain here. So here you need to enable your respective records. Here you need to enable your respective records here, the DNS records, right? The DNS records you need to enable. Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts? So you need to enable this respective DNS records. Am I clear on this? So now let's enable our respective functionality. Now let's enable our respective functionality here. The main functionality here, so you need to enable an EC2 instances, and then you need to enable an application load balancer. You need to enable an, right? You guys need to enable an a target groups, and you need to enable an EC2 instances. So let me write a script for this, the route 53. right? This is your respective the script. So let's use this one as in 1A. AT here and review and launch. So launching the instances. Similarly, launch the one more instances in 1B. So HTTP AT here and review and launch. So two instances which are going to be launched, right? Let's consider this is our website. So this you need to point to your respective application load balance, right? This you guys need to point to your respective application load balances, right? So let's create an ALB here. I would like to mention this one as on Route 53. So internet facing for high availability AP South -1A and AP South -1B, right? So create a new security group and open the port 80. And similarly, HTTP anywhere with IPv6 as well. Create a security group. Now here, create a target group. So web server here. And success code, what is the value I can use here? What kind of success code I use here? Up to the what range? Pramod? Up to the what range? Yeah, 200 to 399. What is 403 stands for? Jiva? Mangesh, what is 403 stands for? right? Forbidden. What is 401? 401, unauthorized, right? 399 here. So now here, the web server here, and create the load balance. So now here, this is your route 53 DNS here. This is your DNS for your respect to ALB. It will take some time to provision. It will take some time to provision. We'll wait for it. Yeah, now you got this one. Now this need to be pointed to your, right? This need to be pointed to your respective tail. So now here, as per our respective, right? As per our respective requirement, when the end user is going to hit www.astrolifeit.in, it should resolve to the application load balancer, right? For that, you are using a service called Route 53. For that, you are using a service called Route 53. Now create a hosted zone. Right. So here, publicly hosted zone and the private hosted zone. What does it mean? What do you mean by publicly hosted zone, and what does the meaning of privately hosted zone here? Publicly hosted zone in the sense they can able to access via globally, right? They can access via globally. Whereas private hosted zone in the sense within the VPC, right? Whereas private hosted zone in the sense within the VPC here, right? Private hosted zone in the sense within the VPC, right? Publicly hosted zone in the sense via globally, via over the internet, or you can say public hosted zone via internet or globally, right? Or globally. Whereas private hosted zone in the sense, right? Private hosted zone in the sense within the VPC, right? Within the VPC, right? Within the VPC. right, within the VPC. So this is one main important thing here that you guys need to remember. And then secondly, you guys need to understand about the Secondly, you guys need to understand about the respective You guys need to understand about the respective the nature of how Route 53 works here. You have created a hosted zone, right? You have created a hosted zone. The hosted zone is ready now. Now here in this hosted zone, you can enable your respective records. So create a record. So whenever the end user is going to hit www dot right kpastrolife.in, so he should point it to go for the aliasing record, or just click on this. Instead of CNAME record, just click on this aliasing record, whatever type you want, right? Or you can use the A record, you can use aliasing, you can choose the endpoint. What is the endpoint I need to choose here? What is the endpoint I need to choose? Whether application and classic load balancer or network load balancer or global accelerator or S3 website endpoint or VPC endpoint, what I need to choose? ALB, right? I need to choose the ALB, right? So now here, what do you guys need to do? You need to enable the ALB here. So this ALB, you guys need to ensure that, right? This ALB, you guys need to ensure that how it going to be works. Right? Click on that respective application load balancer and choose the region, which region I have created here. AP South -1. So now this is your respective load balancer, right? Right. This is how it works. Am I clear on this? What I'm trying to do? So either you can use the CNAME record or you can simply enable the aliasing. Both will do the same thing, right? Am I clear on this? So now here you guys need to create a record. So whatever the record you want, you can enable, whether simple, weighted, routed, or the multi-value, whatever the record you can use, you can enable. Now this is your respective name servers here. And these name servers you need to update in your respective domain register panel. Add it. Example www dot should be right. TTL is not going to be off number by default. The value is this one. You can add it. A record. You can add it, or you can use a CNAME record. Add this respective record. So you need to use a CNAME record here. So www dot you can use this kpstore.live here. Okay, here it's already there. Sorry, my bad. Here it's already there. Just edit it. I'm deleting the record actually. Right. So now here, as soon as I'm going to be use this www dot kprstore.live, where is this actually? So it will take some time to resolve here. So we'll see. You can use the DNS.info, DNSwatch.info, right? So still it is not giving the empty response. You can use DNSwatch.info, whether the name servers has been updated properly or not. For this respect to www.astrolife. So it is resolving to the NS, this one. It will take time to resolve it. So the TTL is 3600 actually. So it will take some time to resolve actually. So you need to wait for it, right? So let's see whether within the internal, whether it is able to resolve or not. Go for the instances. Log in into any of the instances. Before that, I need to convert the key .ppm to .ppk. This is called DNS resolution time, guys. The DNS resolution time will take at least from 7 to 48 hours. That depending upon the efficiency of your DNS name servers actually. That's how it going to works. It will take at least for 7 to 48 hours for the resolution here. So we'll see if there is any kind of chance it is available. The network is unreachable, it seems. Okay, it's getting 200. Okay, for this one. Okay, this is trying to resolve with IPv6. Just now I purchased, right? It will take some time to resolve it. I purchased in 30 minutes back actually. So this will take at least some time to resolve it. Probably it will take 3 to 4 hours to resolve. Right. So we'll wait for it. So probably by tomorrow I will showcase this respective output here. But this is the procedure, guys. This is how it works. So whenever you need to, this is how the complete flow works. Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts here? Am I clear on this, guys? Any questions? Dig or trace road. What do you mean by dig or trace route? If you ask me to enable the digger, what does it do? Dig, what does it do, Avinash? What does it do? Dig. What dig route or trace route will going to do? They will just showcase your respective DNS name propagation, whether it got happened or not. The one which I have showcased here in the DNS watch info. The same thing it's going to do, whether it got resolving or not. It got resolving, but this is my new domain actually. To propagate globally, it will take some time, right? So you should wait till then. So this is how in the generally in the real-time environment it will work, guys. Same thing that you guys going to be do. So you guys mainly use the simple routing policy, but in few of the cases you might use other routing policies. In few of the cases, you might use other routing policies here. But most of the time, you guys are going to write using the simple routing policy most of the time. So now here, you guys need to know, right, about the why there are using only right, why there are using only simple routing policies. Why not other things? The answer for this respective question here is they will use the concept called, right? They use the concept called, right? They will use the concept called CDN actually, content delivery network. CDN actually, content delivery network. So what do you mean by CDN? What does it do? What is CDN actually? What does it do? Any idea about the CDN? So now here, have you guys are observed that you guys are using 4K, right? You guys are using the 4K videos and you guys are using the 10480 or whatever, the 720 pix, right? So if you guys are using, right, if you guys are using the respective, right, if you guys are using the respective 708, 720 pix or 340 or 408 pix, right, it will load in very less time actually, right? It will load in the very less time actually. But when you guys are using the 4K, it requires high bandwidth. At the same time, when you guys are going to be using any kind of cache services, like already the video got buffered, and if you want to revisit the video, it will not take any much time actually. Right? It will not going to take much time actually. Then what is the meaning of it? What does it do? And if you observe that, right, and if you observe that, right, if you observe that, where is the Google data center? Where does it locate? Google data center actually, or where Amazon data center got located actually, or where your Netflix servers got located actually, or where your respective Prime, Amazon Prime, those things are going to locate it. Do you know where does it located actually? The Google or Amazon Prime or Netflix. But here you guys are able to access those respective video content without any buffer, right? Those respective video content without any buffer. You guys are keeps on enjoying the streaming videos, And how does it is going to be happen? Then how does it is going to happen? What is the way it is going to happen? Any idea what does it do? Basically, there is a concept called global edge location. Actually, there is a concept called global edge locations. Your main Netflix.in or Netflix.com, whatever it is, your main Netflix application, right, is going to be located into the mainly 2 to 3 different components, multi-region actually. They will manage, they will enable their application over the multi-region. So for example, US, they're going to be enabled. They're going to be enable the second most using of the Netflix application is UK after the US. Suppose that of course India, they will going to locate more, right? They will enable more. These people are going to use this. So if they want to enable the entire setup of their respective Netflix application, if they want to enable the entire setup of their respective application here, right, they're going to be enabled with the global edge locations here. Right, they're going to enable the global edge application here, global edge locations. So these global edge locations are going to be consisting of the cache servers. These global edge locations are going to be consisting of the cache servers. In these cache servers, they're going to be upload their respective video rather than enabling the complete setup of their respective application. They will enable only the streaming video content actually. They will enable the streaming video content. Where does this content is going to store? Where does this content is going to store? I already updated you. Where does your images, videos are going to be stored from your respective application? Which storage environment people are going to be using right now? S3 bucket. Exactly. S3 bucket. So these video content are going to be uploaded into S3 content, and this, right, and this uploaded content are going to be, these uploaded content are going to be uploaded content are going to be enabled in all the edge locations. Only in Mumbai, in India, they will going to be enable some part of, very minor part of applications of the Netflix. They're going to be enabled in the Mumbai data center, which is as of now Netflix as in cloud, AWS cloud actually. They enable the content over the only the Mumbai, but they enable the cache mechanism. They enable the cache, right? Their content in all the global edge locations of India. They're going to circulate their respective video content so that the end user is not going to be face any kind of latency while streaming their respective video, while streaming their respective video here, while streaming their respective video here. So that's how it's going to be happen, right? That's how it's going to be happen. Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts? Am I clear on this, guys? Yes, only the video, the cache content or the images, only the video, all the cache content like images, right? like videos, only those kind of things, because that is going to be occupied huge amount of storage actually, that is going to be occupied huge amount of storage actually on your respective storage devices, the videos and the images. If you want to enable the 4K of video, resolution of video, how much storage environment you require? Huge storage environment. That's why people are choosing the S3 as your respective storage environment. Why S3? Why not EBS? Why not EFS? Why S3? Why not EBS and why not EFS? Yes, no storage limit. No storage limit over the S3. Now you got my point where I am coming from actually. Why this respective storage content, why the cache mechanism, how videos are going to be stored, how the images are going to be stored, right? Which service they are going to use, right? So now here, if you observe the global edge locations of the data of the AWS, right? There are so many in India. There are so many things. So many are there actually. Edge locations, all the global edge locations actually. So people are going to be right. People are going to be enable this respective their respective content in the in this global edge locations actually. So in all the area you're going to have a global edge location, so that they can easily right. So that they can easily enable the respective environment, right? So that they can easily environment respective environment. So that's how it works. Am I clear on this? Any questions? Any doubts? It's not about the more bandwidth. Rather than reaching from, see, it's not about the more bandwidth. If the end user is in, let's say, suppose northeast of India, like Nagaland, if they want to reach from Nagaland to Mumbai, the latency is going to be high, isn't it? From the Nagaland, they want to reach to the Mumbai, the latency is going to high, isn't it? So rather than reaching to the actual Mumbai data center, they will going to be reached to the nearest edge location, right? They're going to be reached to the right nearest edge locations. Yeah, it will work. Okay, for you it resolved. For me, I don't think so it got resolved actually. Let me check. EPS live. I think it got it not resolved for me because my ISP is in different actually. I'm not using. I'm using Geo actually. I'm using Act. What is your ISP? I think your ISP is BSNL having the. Okay, take the screenshot and upload in our respective group. Yeah, still it will take some time for me to resolve it, or else I need to change my respective band. Okay, that's how it works. Pramod, you understand? Right? It will take some time, 7 to 48 hours, based upon your throughput of your respective ISP. How efficient your ISP works. I think BSNL is the charmer. Okay, fine. So now here, rather than reaching from the Nagaland northeast of India to the respective Mumbai, you guys directly use to the respective Mumbai, right? You can reach to the nearest edge location. You can reach to the nearest edge location here, right? You can reach to the nearest edge location. Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts? Here, why it is required? Right? So now here, and one more main important thing that you guys need to understand. So how to configure this respective, right? How to configure this respective the cloud front or the cloud formation, right? How to enable these respective things that I'm going to discuss right away, right? Am I clear, guys, what I'm trying to do? So what is the purpose of CloudFront and what is the purpose of this respective, right? What is the purpose of this respective CloudFront and why the caching mechanism is enabled, why S3 is required here? Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts? Right, that's how it's going to work, guys. So now here you guys need to understand about the, so now here you guys need to understand about the, right, how to enable this. This have the three factors, guys. This have the three factors here, right? This have the three factors here. The first factor here you have is, right, the first factors here you have is the source, right? The first factor you have is source, and the second factor you have is the cache settings, right? Second factor you have is the cache settings, and the third factor you have is distributive settings actually, right? And the third factors you have is distributive settings actually, right? And the third factor you have is distributive settings here. So that's how it's going to be works, right? Distributive settings here. Am I clear on this? The first factors here you have is in the cloud front you have is in the cloud front you have is in the cloud front you have here is source, cache settings, and then distributive settings, right? And then distributive settings. So now here as a, right, as a distributive settings. So now here as a AWS admin, the source and the distributive settings is belongs to you. As a AWS admin, the source and the distributive settings is going to belongs to you, right? Distributive settings is going to belongs to you as a AWS admin. Whereas this cache settings is completely going to belongs to your respective developer. That is through ALB that I will discuss on the AWS certificate manager. That is through ALB, right? So that's how it works. Am I clear on this? Right? That's how it's going to be happen. So that's how it's going to happen. So now here, so you need to understand about the, so now here you need to understand about the, right? So now here you guys need to understand about the What is the source here? Either from your respective, it will take either your respective S3 bucket, or it will take either your respective application load balancer, or either it's going to take the EC2 instances, or it's going to take either your respective EBS, elastic bean stack, right, in the source. And which routing policy it's going to be used? In which routing policy it's going to be used? Which routing policy it's going to use? This Cloudflare. This Cloudflare. Which routing policy it's going to use? Cluster off. It will fall singular. It will hit to the nearest edge location. It will hit to the nearest edge locations. It will hit to your respect to nearest edge location here. Nearest edge location it will hit to you. It will hit to the nearest edge location. Latency routing policy, shortest path first. Whichever shortest path will hit to the nearest edge location actually. That's how it works. Right? Am I clear on this? Right? Latency routing. Tomorrow we're going to discuss about how it works, and tomorrow onwards the class will going to continue up to 9:15. Right? So yeah, I will check the assignment by tomorrow, both Jiva and Avinash. Right? Thank you guys. Thanks for your